Hi, guys. I'm back. I know it's been a couple days. I did not get the recordings done like I wanted to on Sunday. I did try. It didn't work out. Um, but what I'm going to do tonight is I am going to marathon read Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets to you because we left off on chapter 13 and we have like 5 chapters left. And I wanted to finish reading it by Friday, May 1st, so that way you guys could take the AR quiz either on Friday or on Monday. So, and yesterday was Tuesday, right? Yes. Yesterday was Tuesday. It was also packet return and pickup. So you guys should have gotten your new packets yesterday. The packets that you got yesterday, I will go over tomorrow, but you should have already gone over the contents of them already. I've already had a couple kids ask me, do we have to read the Scholastic News articles? No. Those are for you to keep, like I hand out like through your mailboxes and stuff. Those are for you to keep. They don't have to be returned. What does need to be returned is your packets, and you need to make sure that you return your copies of Bridge to Terabithia. If you are still working on your packets, please make sure you get your packets in ASAP, because what's going to happen after May 5th or on May 5th, any work that was not done, like I have a certain point in my head that if you've gotten that certain point of or amount of your packet done, then you're fine. But if you're under that amount, I have to send the packets home so you guys can finish them. Okay. Now, I know some of the stuff in the packets was a little hard, and that's fine. But for the most part, from what I've seen from the first ones that I brought home, for the most part, everybody did their first round of packets. And I'm working on checking through them now. Not the one that you returned yesterday. These were the ones from March. So I'm trying. Just bear with me. It's been crazy here. Anyway, I hope you guys are well. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's coffee, but it's decaf because it's like almost 10 o'clock at night. But I'm finally getting the energy up to do these. It's been one of those weeks. You guys know what I mean? We have those weeks all the time. We've gone through those days. But I am going to try. Keyword is try. I'm going to try and marathon read Harry Potter to you guys tonight. And then tomorrow I will post the novel study answers for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets if you didn't get it done. Hopefully you guys did, but I will understand if you did not, because that is fine. So anyway, when we last left off in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the boys and Hermione drank the Polyjuice potion. They were able to sneak into the Slytherin common room, and they found out, well, Malfoy is not the heir of Slytherin. He's not the one that's attacking the mud blood students or the muggle-born students. But poor Hermione was not able to go into the common room. She hid in the bathroom because when she pulled the hairs off of Millicent Bulstrode, who was the student she was supposed to be impersonating, it turned out to be cat hair. So she turned into a cat and didn't change back. So it was an unfortunate side effect, and very unfortunate side effect. But okay, we're about to reach a turning point in the book, though, because a very important piece of the book is about to happen. So enjoy. Chapter 13, The Very Secret Diary. Hermione remained in the hospital wing for several weeks. There was a flurry of rumor about her disappearance when the rest of the school arrived back from their Christmas holidays, because, of course, everyone thought that she had been attacked. So many other students filed past the hospital wing trying to catch a glimpse of her that Madame Pomfrey took out her curtains again and placed them around Hermione's bed to spare her the shame of being seen with a furry face. Harry and Ron went to visit her every evening, sorry. When the new term started, they brought her each day's homework. If I'd sprouted whiskers, I'd take a break from work, said Ron, tipping a stack of books onto Hermione's bedside table. One evening, sorry. One evening. Don't be silly, Ron. I've got to keep up, said Hermione briskly. Her spirits were greatly improved by the fact that all of the hair had gone from her face and her eyes were turning slowly back to brown. I don't suppose you've gotten any new leads, she added in a whisper, so that Madame Pomfrey couldn't hear her. Nothing, said Harry gloomily. I was so sure it was Malfoy, said Ron for about the 100th time. What's that? Asked Harry, pointing to something gold sticking out from under Hermione's pillow. Just a get well card, said Hermione hastily, trying to poke it out of sight, but Ron was too quick for her. He pulled it out, flicked it open, and read aloud. To Miss Granger, wishing you a speedy recovery from your concerned teacher, Professor Gilderoy Lockhart, Order of Merlin, 3rd class, honorary member of the Dark Force Defense League, and 5-time winner of Witch Weekly's Most Charming Smile Award. Ron looked up at Hermione, disgusted. You sleep with this under your pillow? But Hermione was spared answering by Madame Pomfrey sweeping over and with her evening dose of medicine. Is Lockhart the smartest bloke you've ever met or what? Ron said to Harry as they left the infirmary and started up the stairs toward Gryffindor Tower. Snape had given them so much homework, Harry thought he was likely to be in the 6th year before he finished it. Ron was just saying he wished he had asked Hermione how many rat tails you were supposed to add to a hair-raising potion when an angry outburst from the floor above reached their ears. That's Filch, Harry muttered as they hurried up past the stairs. Let's try that again. That's Filch, Harry muttered as they hurried up the stairs and paused, out of sight, listening hard. You don't think someone else has been attacked? Said Ron tensely. They stood still, their heads inclined towards Filch's office, which sounded quite hysterical. Even more work for me, mopping all night, like I haven't got enough to do? No, this is the final straw. I'm going to Dumbledore. They poked their heads around the corner. Filch had clearly been manning his usual lookout post. They were once again on the spot where Mrs. Norris had been attacked. They saw at a glance what Filch had been shouting about. A great flood of water stretched over half of the corridor, and it looked as though it was still seeping from under the door. Sorry. Under the door of Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. Now that Filch had stopped shouting, they could hear Myrtle's wails echoing off the bathroom walls. Now what's up with her? Said Ron. Let's go and see, said Harry, and holding their robes over their ankles, they stepped through the great wash of water to the door bearing its out-of-order sign, ignored it as always, and entered. Moaning Myrtle was crying, if possible, louder and harder than ever before. She seemed to be hiding down her usual toilet. It was dark in the bathroom because the candles had been extinguished in the great rush of water that had left both walls and floor soaking wet. What's up, Myrtle? Said Harry. Who's that? glugged Myrtle miserably. Come to throw something else at me? Harry waded across to her stall and said, Why would I throw something at you? Don't ask me, Myrtle shouted, emerging with a wave of yet more water, which splashed onto the already sopping floor. Here I am, minding my own business, and someone thinks it's funny to throw a book at me. But it can't hurt you if someone throws something at you, said Harry reasonably. I mean, it'd just go right through you, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? He had said the wrong thing. Myrtle puffed herself up and shrieked, Let's all throw books at Myrtle because she can't feel it. 10 points if you can get it through her stomach. 50 points if it goes through her head. Well, ha ha ha. What a lovely game, I don't think. Who threw it at you anyway? Asked Harry. I don't know. I was just sitting in the U-bend thinking about death, and it fell right through the top of my head, said Myrtle, glaring at them. It's over there. It got washed out. Harry and Ron looked under the sink where Myrtle was pointing. A small, thin book lay there. It had a shabby black cover, and it was as wet as everything else in the bathroom. Harry stepped forward to pick it up, but Ron suddenly flung out an arm to hold him back. What? Said Harry. Are you crazy? Said Ron. It could be dangerous. Dangerous? Said Harry, laughing. Come off it. How could it be dangerous? You'd be surprised, said Ron, who was looking apprehensively at the book. Some of the books the ministry's confiscated, Dad's told me. There was one that burned your eyes out, and everyone who read sonnets of a sorcerer spoke in limericks for the rest of their lives. And some old witch in Bath had a book that you could never stop reading. You just had to wander around with your nose in it, trying to do everything one-handed. And, all right, I've got the point, said Harry. The little book lay on the floor, nondescript and soggy. Well, we won't find out unless we look at it, he said, and he ducked around Ron and picked it up off the floor. Harry saw at once that it was a diary, and the faded year on the cover told him it was 50 years old. He opened it eagerly. On the first page, he could just make out the name, T.M. Riddle, in smudged ink. Hang on, said Ron, who had approached cautiously and was looking over Harry's shoulder. I know that name. T.M. Riddle. He got an award for some special services to the school 50 years ago. How on earth do you know that? Said Harry in amazement. Because Filch made me polish his shield about 50 times in detention, said Ron resentfully. That was the one I burped the slugs all over. If you wipe slime off of a name for an hour, you'd remember it too. Harry peeled the wet pages apart. They were completely blank. There wasn't the faintest trace of writing on any of them, not even Auntie Mabel's birthday or dentist 3:30. He never wrote in it, said Harry, disappointed. I wonder why someone would wanted to flush it away, said Ron curiously. Harry turned to the back cover of the book and saw the printed name of a variety store on Vauxhall Road, London. He must have been Muggle-born, said Harry thoughtfully. To have brought a diary from Vauxhall Road. Well, it's not much use to you, said Ron. He dropped his voice. 50 points if he can get it through Myrtle's nose. Harry, however, pocketed it.